perfect.
Yeah, that's great, as I have to jump out too in
No, that's totally
20 minutes. Yeah.
No, all good. And look, depending on today's, a pretty light session, it's more designed for everyone to ask questions. So being the first grant, first round, there's probably going to be lots of questions from a logistical point of view. So just wanted to make sure that everyone had access to me as much as possible over the next sort of 4+ weeks to make sure that if anyone's got any questions, they can ask. But yeah, I might dive into it so that we can get to the question time. So thank you so much for dialing in. Thank you to everyone who is watching the replay. I am so excited to announce round 1 of the Spark 10K Women in Business grant. And this is an Ask Me Anything session. So I've got a few slides just to sort of frame up things for everybody, just in case you're new around here and new to Spark. So I'll just go through that super quick and the grant information, and then just open up the floor so anyone can ask any questions that they might have about the grant. So just quickly, what is Spark? Spark is for women in business who want to grow their profit and impact. So we do this through a whole bunch of different initiatives, lots of them free. So our podcast, our news, we've got membership, we've got mentoring, we've got courses. Amazing stuff. Of course, the flagship is our Spark membership community. And, as a woman in business for over a decade myself, I know that there's lots of women in business communities around now. So the way we're different, we really have a growth lens. So it's for women in business who do want to grow their profit and impact. The way we do that is through, so you can see the little docket on the right-hand side here. We do that when you become a Spark member. You get access to our business directory, monthly virtual coffees with members, monthly virtual vinos, which are my personal favorite, monthly virtual masterclasses. So learning from the best in business, a library of resources. So, any masterclass we've ever recorded is in there for you, as well as templates and cheat sheets and all that good stuff. A daily micro marketing lesson. So that is basically sales and marketing ideas to grow your business every day that you can implement in a couple of minutes. Exclusive Slack channel. You get a dedicated news article. So we are also not wanting you to do all the work. So we get out there and actually promote you as well. So you get a dedicated article, social media shout outs, perks and discounts. So we've essentially gone out and negotiated discounts with tools that will help you grow. There's the best one in there is Amazon. There's $10,000 worth of hosting if you're eligible. That's more for tech startups, but pretty amazing if you think about it. And then, of course, free entry into the 10K business grant. So membership is $39 a month or $365 a year. But of course, if you are only signing up for the grant, we of course have a discount. We're doing $100 off annual subscription. So $265 for a year's worth of all of that goodness, which is fabulous. So that is Spark in a nutshell. Who am I? I am Danielle. And yeah, I've been in business for over 10 years now. And 20 years in sales and marketing, which is probably, as you can guess, why Spark as a membership community has more of a sales, marketing, growth lens. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Scrunch. Scrunch is a global influencer marketing platform and agency. And that's a really interesting business. We have raised over $3 million in capital to build that software and build that business. It's software, it's agency vibes. I'm the founder here at Spark, which is obviously more courses, mentoring, membership. And I've also exited the Answer Store, which was an e-commerce based store born out of COVID. It was hand sanitizer and bathroom essentials. So yeah, really interesting. Most of my experience is, business or sales and marketing across, everything wholesale, e-commerce, subscriptions, enterprise, all that good stuff. And I always say that because I'm like, if you've got a sales problem in your business, I've probably experienced it. And obviously, not spilling tea around here, we're always spilling champagne on how women in business can grow their profit and impact. So why are we launching a grant? Look, the whole reason we exist at Spark is to help women in business grow their profit and impact. And as I said, we do this by creating resources, insights, and community for women to shortcut their success. And, I believe as a salesperson that you can do a lot on hustle, but sometimes we just need money. So we're investing into a quarterly $10,000 business grant, which is probably the highlight of my career. I talk about being in, sales and marketing for 20 years, business for 10. This is probably the most exciting thing that I've been a part of because it's our opportunity to actually get money in the hands of women. I tell you this little story. We run the podcast for Spark, and we launch about 8 to 10 episodes every month, and we speak to awesome women in business. And I just found myself showing up on the podcast talking about and regurgitating the same stats as every bloody body else, right? Like, women are underfunded. We know it, we're all talking about it. And I said this thing on one of the podcasts, I can't even remember who I was speaking to. And I was like, I feel like if we're going to solve this problem, it's going to be us. It's going to be women that have to step up to the plate and actually be the solution. And I think when I said those words, I meant women in general. Turns out I think I meant me. So I do believe if we want change, we have to take steps, that might seem small in the beginning, but we have to take steps to get there. So so excited that this is round 1, and timeline is we want to make this a quarterly grant. So you're getting in on the ground floor, which is super exciting. So of course, that means if you have questions that aren't answered on any of our pages or in any of our sessions, we would really value your feedback, because we want to make sure that this is accessible and everyone has everything that they need to be supported. So as I said, we already know women are unfunded. It's time to put our money where our mouth is. So officially the 10K Women in Business grant is now open. So I will be popping the champagne. So let's talk more deeply about the grant. Firstly, eligibility. I've applied for so many bloody grants over the last decade. And, one of the things that always annoyed me was eligibility. So, I was either living in the wrong state. Scrunch as a business has male investors. So I was also not female enough for some grants. So frustrating. So many different things, or I wasn't an innovation. It wasn't techie enough, or it wasn't this, or it wasn't that. So eligibility always used to drive me up the wall. So eligibility for the Spark grant, if you're based in Australia, New Zealand, or Singapore, you are eligible. You've been in business for 12 months or more, and you're a Spark member. As I said, there is $100 off annual membership, so $265, and consolation prize if you don't get the grant is you will be supported for the next 12 months through the Spark community, which is obviously amazing. I am biased. Second is applying. The other thing that used to drive me up the wall is the application process for grants, because it's like, hello, we're running businesses here. Who has time to get letters from customers or letters from people and go through this arduous process? So we've made application really easy as well. It should not take you more than, I'm saying 15 minutes, but 15 to 30 minutes. It is a few business questions like, your name, email address, blah, blah, blah. And then really 3 questions about the business and how you're going to use 10K to grow your profit and impact. And then a super quick 1 to 2 minute video. And the video is just putting your face to the application so that people can get your vibe and your passion for what it is you do. So iPhone quality, nothing fancy. You'll see me on LinkedIn and Instagram showing up on video, and it's just all iPhone stuff. You're going to see the blue suit that I've been wearing a little bit too much over the next 2 months. But to dive in, this is how easy it is. 15 questions. So name, email. Do you identify as female? Your business name, number, start date, website address, Instagram, LinkedIn, and how the business has been funded to date. So that stuff is like tick box, right? You'll know all that info. The only questions you really have to think about are 12 to 15. So tell us about your business, who you serve, what you do, why you do it. a link to your video. The video should just include, again, a bit more what do you do and what 10K would actually do for your business. 14 is what that 10K would actually enable you to do to grow more profit and impact. And then what you're going to spend the 10K on. So if it's, I want to invest in advertising, or I want to upgrade my website, or I want to attend this trade show, or whatever it is, just outlining it in that application there. So we have made it to try and be like super, super easy to apply. From a timeline point of view, third thing that really annoys me about most grants is they take months and months and months to be awarded, just to be told, nah, you didn't get it, and that's it. So we wanted to make this really short and sharp as well. So applications and voting is open for 8 weeks. Now, let me explain that, because this might be the most confusing part of the whole process. So applications are now open. You can jump in and apply right now, filling out that form. On the 1st of September, voting is actually going to open. So the Spark community, your business community, the general public will be able to vote for who gets this 10K. But that doesn't mean if you're late, you can't still apply. So you can actually apply all the way up to the end when it closes on the 30th of September. The idea is that you want your application to be up there on the 1st, because it means you're going to have the full month for people to vote for you. It's just, I left applications open till the end, because if if we don't get that many applications and it's like, mid-September, it's like, get in there, put your name in there, like throw your hat in the ring. So it's an 8-week process. And then the grant is awarded on the 10th of October. So it's literally a couple of weeks for us to tally up all the votes. There will be a grant agreement. So just basically saying that if you win the 10K, you're going to participate in a couple of interviews with me. I promise I'll be nice, but it's really just to share what 10K is going to do for your business and how it has impacted you, and to make sure that you spend the money on the stuff you said you would spend it on. But it won't be very arduous, and that will be funded within 24 hours of signing that agreement as well. So end to end, we're talking about less than 12 weeks here. So you will know. So that's like the crux of it, guys. It is designed to be simple. It's designed to get 10K into one woman in business's hands, and be the first of many. So yeah, I'd love to open it up to the floor. I have no idea how many people we've got online here, so I don't think we've got too many. So if you want to actually put in the chat, go for it. But if you want to just come off mute and chat, super happy for you to do that as well.
Hi, Danielle. It's Gabby here, or Gabriella.
How are you?
Hi. Did you say is it just one grant that's being awarded this round?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and is that determined based off of votes?
Yeah, that's right. So on the 1st of September, anyone who's applied will go up onto a landing page, and then I'll put it back out to the Spark community, and of course you can share it with your own communities as well if you like, and that lucky person will be awarded the 10K.
Okay, and is there particular things that you're kind of looking for in terms of what the 10K is being spent on? Like, is it more kind of sustainable, things that would make the business sustainable, or could it be products that could be developed? Is there particular emphasis?
Yeah, no, good question. So we've made it super broad. The brief is essentially anything that will grow your profit or impact. So I know for you specifically with your business, impact is super important. So if you wanted to spend the 10K on growing out, fleshing out a program that was going to mean that you could reach and help more people, that absolutely fits the brief.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So good. Oh, I can see you talking, Alex, but I can't hear you.
Right now.
Yep, gotcha.
Hey, hello everyone. Thanks for explaining that, Danny. It's always so awesome to see what you're up to next. You can't hold her back. She's always doing something new. Just on the note of impact, and what does that mean for you from your point of view?
Yeah. So what it means for me is every business that's dialed in right now is completely different, right? We all serve a different customer and exist for a different reason. So impact for me means how are you going to change your customer's life in your industry? So oftentimes when we hear impact, we think, well, it has to be a sustainable goal. It has to be this, it has to be that. But impact for me is really, so the impact of Spark, right, is the more people I teach how to make more money, the more that my community can go out and help more people in their fields. So impact for me is just how would you spend 10K to better serve your customers and change their lives?
Okay. Yeah, lovely.
Cool.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you?
Good. I didn't realize that I could be on video. So here I am. Quick question, re the voting. If you apply, are you still eligible to vote? And is it a number of votes sort of scenario?
Totally. So if you apply, you are still eligible to vote. You can vote for yourself. So the thing is, everyone gets one vote. So there's no, you can't actually go onto someone's application and hit vote 100 times. There's no spamming allowed. So you have to fill in your name and email, and only one vote gets attributed to that email address. So then, yes, you can vote, but you only get one. So I'd suggest you vote for yourself.
Okay, cool. And then in terms of people voting, they're people within the Spark community. Did I hear you say that? I think you already touched on that.
Yeah, so people within the Spark community, but you are also welcome to share it as well. So if you have a community of your own, then you want them to jump in and vote for you can do that as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice. Cool initiative. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions? But lots of people on mute today. That's good. That's good. Oh, I love it. Yeah. So, and look, I guess that's the point, right? I know that some of the questions have been, what does that really mean? Can I really apply? And it is, yes. So the idea is it's meant to be super broad because we believe that you are in business doing something amazing. So, we don't want to pigeonhole you into a grant that doesn't fit you from an eligibility point of view. Amy, sorry, I'm just reading, trying to do two things at once.
I just responded for you, Danny. That helps.
Oh, you're so good. So anyone can. Yeah.
And what's the long-term objective for this, Danny? Is it, to do more rounds? Is it try one, see what happens and see what the success of it is? Have you had thought longer term?
Yeah, absolutely. So this will be the only one for this year. So this will run through to mid-October. And then very selfishly, I'm going to get married. So I'm taking a few weeks off.
How exciting. Congratulations.
I know, I'm very excited. And then because we're heading into Christmas territory, we won't do another one until 2024. But the idea is actually to run them quarterly. So we're in talks now with a whole bunch of sponsors. So some really interesting names. But yeah, we'll get behind awarding 10K at every possible opportunity we can to amazing women in business.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. As I say, as a sales and marketing person, I always believe you can do more on hustle, but money does really change the game. So yeah, the more we can go out and raise and put back into the community, it's very exciting. And Janice, do we have to be a Spark member? If so, how much is the membership? Yeah, absolutely. So let me just go back to that slide.
And can you clarify that from an alumni perspective as well? That would be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just go back to there. So yes, so eligibility number 3 is you do need to be a Spark member. So how much does that cost and what is involved? Essentially, for an annual subscription or annual membership, it's usually $365. However, for the grant, we're offering $100 off. So you get $265 for your annual membership. And so effectively that means for the 3 or 4 grants that go live next year, you will automatically be able to apply. If you are a Spark alumni, so you've gone through one of the Spark courses or programs, you are actually automatically a member, so you don't need to repurchase membership. So if you're a Spark alumni, you actually get application for free. If you've never done anything to do with Spark before, cheapest way to get in is $265 for an annual membership.
Awesome.
And I'll call.
Do you get to vote, Danny?
Me? I do, but like everyone else, I only get one. And I accept no bribes unless they are in the form of champagne. Oh, so good.
It makes you think too, right? Like it's an opportunity for you to really consider where you would put 10 grand and where that makes the biggest impact for you and whatever that looks like. So
totally.
Okay.
Look, don't get me wrong. It's, just all of the people that I've worked with through Spark over the last few years. I don't know how I'd bloody choose because, I know that there's some incredible initiatives. I always say to people, as a sales and marketing person, I'm not changing any lives. So I'm just teaching people how to actually change other people's lives. So, so it will be very, very hard for me to cast a vote. But
I think if I was you, I would have copped out and said, I'm out. I'm not voting.
I may end up doing that. No, but it'd be super cool to see applications, right? That's the thing I'm most excited about. So, how will people actually spend 10 grand on growing their business? So I just can't wait for that part.
Yeah.
So good.
And also maybe encourage them if they don't get the 10 grand to find ways that they can still achieve that.
Exactly right. Awesome. Well, if there are no more questions, so we have a great, we're doing a whole bunch of these Ask Me Anything sessions, so dial into any of them anytime. We're going to do a couple of Instagram lives too. So do feel free just to chime in and listen in case anyone asks a question that you haven't thought about. Otherwise, we've got a really cool session on Friday with Kat Matson, who is the former Chief Digital Officer for Brisbane. And she's actually doing a little bit of a how to show up on video. So if anyone's nervous about the 1 to 2 minute video, she's going to do a little session just to help you feel more confident pitching yourself on video and standing out in the application process. So that'll be a really good one to dial into as well. Link to register is on the Spark landing page, probably in the email I sent Friday. And I'll probably send you another reminder last minute on Friday or Thursday at some point. But feel free to dial in or email me. So, my email is danielle@sparkbusiness.global, which is probably on the email spam that you're getting from me. So do feel free just to reply, ask anything, ask any question. I'd love to make sure that you throw your hat in the ring.
Thanks.
Thanks for dialing in and asking questions, guys. You are the
Thanks,
best.
Danny.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Danny. Bye.
Bye.